What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. I just saw some great news regarding two baseball players that I thought should have already been inducted into the Hall of Fame. The Baseball Hall of Fame welcomed two dominant sluggers into its gallery on Sunday, with the late Dick Allen and Dave Parker gaining election through the Classic Baseball Era Committee. Dick Allen, who died of cancer at age 78 back in December of 2020, was elected by the committee, which considered 8 candidates whose careers peaked before 1980. After missing election by 1 vote in both 2015 and 2022, Allen collected 13 of 16 votes for 81.3%. Parker, who is 73 years old and unfortunately is battling Parkinson's disease, received 14 of 16 votes for 87.5%. No other candidates cleared the 75% threshold needed for election. The closest was Tommy John, who got 7 of 16 votes. Ken Boyer, John Donaldson, Vic Harris, Louis Taunt, and Steve Garvey each received fewer than 5 votes. Me personally, I think Steve Garvey should get in. Hopefully he'll get in eventually. Dick Allen was the 1964 National League Rookie of the Year for the Philadelphia Phillies and the 1972 AL MVP for the Chicago White Sox. Mainly a corner infielder, he hit .299 with a .386 on-base percentage and a .554 slugging percentage in an 11-year prime from 1964 through 1974. In the early 1970s, Dick Allen was considered the strongest man in baseball. During that stretch, there were 23 Hall of Famers before Sunday who had 4,000 plate appearances. Allen had a better OPS than all but Henry Aaron, who was 1 point better. 941 for Aaron, 940 for Allen. And Allen ranked first in on-base plus slugging percentage at 165. His career spanned from 1963 to 1977 with 5 teams, and his total of 351 home runs and 1,848 hits did not inspire voters who struggled to understand why such a productive player changed teams so often. Allen, the first black star for the Phillies franchise that was the NL's last to integrate, had a perspective that was hardened by his minor league experience in Little Rock, Arkansas. To me, Dick Allen came into baseball about a decade too early. By that I mean his personality rubbed a lot of the sports writers the wrong way. He was a very outspoken young black man. That became much more palatable and understandable to the beat writers of the 70s and 80s in the post-civil rights era. But when Dick Allen came of age in the early and mid-1960s, everyone expected black baseball players to behave themselves and to conduct themselves, I should say, how Joe Louis did. Or, I guess be more pertinent to this situation, how Jackie Robinson did. which is to grin and bear it, be statesmanly, be above racism, act like it doesn't um, affect you, and to be thankful for your opportunity and not to complain. Even if they call you the N word, you grin through it. He had the temerity and the audacity to complain about racism, and I think that plus his strong-willed nature, and unfortunately, as his career progressed, a proclivity to get hurt contributed to him being a guy who got traded a lot of times. I think it also hurt that he never had an opportunity to play in the World Series, appearing in just 3 playoff games in 1976 for the Phillies. And when it comes to Dave Parker, he achieved almost everything a player could hope to do. He won 2 batting titles and was a 1978 NL MVP winner. He led the Pittsburgh Pirates to the top in 1979 when he was also MVP of the All-Star game. He won 3 Gold Glove awards, captured the first home run derby with the Cincinnati Reds in 1985, and added another World Series championship with the Oakland A's in 1989. But Parker also struggled through 4 seasons between 80 and 83 due to drug use and injuries. And while he played through age 40, reinventing himself as a respected elder statesman, those middle years hindered his candidacy. He peaked at 24.5% in 15 years on the writer's ballot and at 43.8% in his first 3 committee votes. This time, his body of work got its due. Parker, who was part of the Pirates and Reds Halls of Fame, finished with an all-star season for Milwaukee in 1990, and a 1991 finale split between the Angels and Toronto. He had 2,712 career hits, batted .290, and hit 339 career home runs. Only 15 hitters in history have that many hits and home runs, while also hitting .290. All are now in Cooperstown except for those who recently retired, Miguel Cabrera and Albert Pujols, and those with strong ties to steroids, Barry Bonds and Alex Rodriguez. The others are Hank Aaron, Lou Gehrig, Chipper Jones, Al Kaline, Willie Mays, Stan Musial, Mel Ott, Frank Robinson, Babe Ruth, Billy Williams, and now Dave Parker. And I have to think, I'm not boasting of myself here, but I got to think that people like myself who've made countless videos talking about the greatness of Dick Allen, talking about the greatness of Dave Parker, and how it was a crime that these individuals had not been selected into the Hall of Fame. I have to think that our efforts had something to do with this. Social media has something to do with bringing attention back to these great players of the past. And I salute Dick Allen, and I salute Dave Parker for being selected into the I said Naismith, Cooperstown, selected to Cooperstown, and they'll be formally inducted on July 27th. And only will be great. It would be better, I should say. It would have been much better if Dick Allen was around to see his induction. But anyway, tell me what you guys think.